Hey, Fantasty Hoops International Season 14 crossover step back. This is the Keeper special, the Keeper reveal video. I'm going to try to talk quick, get out of here, let you know who you can't draft on October 16th. Starting at noon Chicago time. Extrapolate it from there. There's going to be 176 players drafted, but actually only 145 because 31 players will be kept. That's right, 31, not 32. One of our managers is only keeping one. Two keepers a manager. And so in this video, this experiment in PowerPoint screen recording, we're going to take a look at the players that will be kept and that you can't draft. So when you're doing your draft preparation, you're looking at the player list, looking at not all available players, which is the default on the player screen on the league page, and you switch it to all players and you look at their ranks. You might want to, and you're doing your pre-draft rankings, you might want to, if somebody's undraftable, Kevin Durant, you could, throw them in the do not draft column. Not that that would matter because they're not going to be available to draft anyway. But anyway, this should help you in your draft preparation. If you know you've got pick number, 10, say, and you know that Durant is going to be drafted as a keeper, then, looking at the 10th ranked player might not be the right thing. Anyway, let's take a look. And as we look at team by team, I'm going to let you know the rank of the player, which is of course subjective. It's Yahoo's professionals, decide how these players are ranked and what their value is. We're gonna look at the difference between the rank that they are and the pick that they are being selected as a keeper, because they, as a keeper, are selected in the round at which they were drafted in the previous round, unless they were kept for multiple years, in which their value moves up 2 rounds per season. They replace that pick number. So we're going to start with the DeRozan Division, and these are going to be the order in which in the division video. The names were picked out of a hat. So we start with the DeRozan Division, and Seth was the first one out of the hat. So we're going to look at his 2 keepers, and once again, he's going to have 2 Raptors, OG Anunoby and Scotty Rookie of the Year, though he didn't deserve to be, Barnes. Scotty Barnes in the 9th round, replacing Seth's 9th round pick. He's going to be ranked 45, and his pick number is going to be 143, almost 100 picks value there. There's several of these. That's like 6 rounds. If you think that, every 16 picks is a round's value, that's major value for Scotty Barnes. OG Anunoby kept for an additional year. You see the K by his name. When we have the new keeper menu for this season, I'll update it intermittently, and you'll see a K by the name of a player who was kept, and they'll move up 2 rounds for next year, as I said. So OG was Seth's keeper last year, but he's ranked 56 this year, and Seth will get him at pick 89. Notice I say lower of 2. That's because Seth has 2 5th-round picks. He has a winery 5th-round pick. So when you have multiple picks in a round and you're using a keeper for one of those picks, I slot them in at the lower of those picks. You are welcome. I have some players italicized as we go through, just, some players that I thought were interesting and might have been that manager's choice. Al Horford as an 8, Caruso, Seth likes the Bulls, might have been an interesting pick, but 7 probably a little too high. Let's move down. No spoilers there with Casey. MPLS, Minneapolis Hipster Beards, the returning champ. Sam in the same division as Seth, whom he defeated in last year's championship. And Sam, without a first-round pick, is happy to have Klay Thompson, ranked 69th, but 112th will be his draft selection. He is a 7th-round keeper, coming back for a second kept year after a full year of stashing by Sam and the Hipster Beards. And then the last pick in the draft, taking the 11th round pick for Sam, is Jalen Brunson. He's ranked 62nd as he's moved on to the Knicks. And that's like 114 value. That's like seven rounds worth of value. Pretty cool for Jalen Brunson there. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, if you don't see a number by the person's name, as you know, at this point, that means that they are an 11th round keeper. Casey coming back. Last year, DFL. The year before that, champion. Lots of champions in this division. Year before that, DFL. He's on that roller coaster ride. He is taking our highest keeper in the 4th round, Tyrese Halliburton. Ooh, that's pretty high. Yeah, but Halliburton is ranked 12th, and Casey's getting him at pick 59. Look, Casey had no 11th round picks, I noted, so it didn't really make sense for Casey to take a Markelle Fultz or a Monty Morris when he didn't have an 11th round pick. They would have had to been bumped all the way up to an 8th round. So easy choice then to take Alperen Şengün, second-year man for Houston, 7th round, and that'll be pick 104 versus his 65 rank. Then Mark 1.21 gigawatts. He is taking 2 7th-rounders, Giddey and Wendell Carter Jr. He's only got 1 7th-round pick, so Carter Jr. moves down to the 8th round, and that's why you'll see with my, what pick number are they? This one number / another number, so the numbers that they're getting picked in is interchangeable. But Giddey, 64th rank, 102, 123rd pick, nice. Wendell Carter, 68th, similar value. 68th rank, so a couple solid keepers for Mark. Let's move on to the next division, the Drew Division. Gage, of course, he's going to keep Kevin Durant, ranked 3rd, an 8th round keeper when he picked him up from the waiver wire at the end of last season and precipitated a rule change. He is going to be picked either 115 or 142 because, again, it looks like Gage has 2 8th round picks. So one of those will move down to the 9th, and that one will be Michael Porter Jr., 53rd ranked, but Gage will get him in that 115 or 142nd pick. Was there anybody else? Keldon Johnson, 6th rounder. That would have been interesting, sure. But he has gone with these two, quality scoring forwards. Here we go with Dez. Now, Dez has already announced these, so no surprises here. To go along with his stacked 1st and 2nd rounders, he has no 9th, 10th, and 11th round picks, so he went with higher ones instead of going with, Precious Achiuwa or somebody. So, Colin, now I'm on Utah Sexton, ranked 82nd. Dez will get him for pick 92, not bad-ish, not a home run, but a solid single to center, I don't know. And then Anthony Edwards kept for a 2nd year, so Dez has had him his whole career. Kept in the 7th round, and that's rank 19 for pick 108. Value. John Value Pie Guys is not keeping Jonathan Isaac, as has been documented. Sorry for all the stashing time and no fruition to that. Another injured big is Robbie Williams, being kept for the 2nd straight year as a 9th rounder. His rank is 78, and his pick number is 140. And then John's going to take an 11th round flyer, pick 172 on the Pacers. Isaiah Jackson, ranked only 152, but we'll see. All right. Here we go to the last one in the Drew division, and it's Josh with the Fury of John Starks. He has 3 11th round picks, and he's taking 2 11th round keepers, so those will take the place of his bottom 2, and that's pick number 168 and 171. So it's going to be good value for Anthony Simons, ranked 98th, and Cole Anthony, ranked 128. So young guards are the thing for Josh. Okay, continuing on, Taj Division, and Eddie, as has been documented, wow, stacked up top. So what's he doing? Well, Graham stashed Kawhi all last year with a 6th round pick, so yeah, I'm going to take the 24th ranked player, perennial All-NBA guy when he's not missing entire seasons, and I'm going to take him for pick 86/103. So why is that? Oh, it's because both of Eddie's keepers are in the 6th round, so one of them will move down to his 7th round pick, which is 103. Jordan Poole, in parentheses, 7th, so even though he's being selected in the 7th round, should he be kept going forward, he'll still have that 6th round value, so if he were to be kept next year, he'd be moved up to 4th, not 5th, because even though he was kept... it's a thing when you're looking at possible keepers and you look at their player history on the league page, and it tells you what round they were picked in, and it'll say for Poole 7th round, but you'll have to know by referring to the keeper menu doc that I'll have cooking as the year goes on that he was actually 6th round value. Anyway, Jordan Poole ranked 63rd, and a punch in the face might really motivate him to outperform those expectations. Who knows? We'll see. So a couple solid keepers to go with the stacked 1st round for Eddie. These characters translate to always bet on black. I'm not sure, since my keyboard doesn't have Chinese characters, how I'm going to, communicate his team name. We'll see. The ABBs, the always bets. We'll find out. All right, Kevin, Bulls will eat you. He is taking 2 11th rounders. Now, since he only has 1 11th rounders, that second one moves up to his lower of 2 8th rounders. He's taking Herb and Hart. Herb Jones, ranked 81, the defensive specialist for New Orleans, and Josh Hart, the rebounding guard, now with Portland, ranked 81 and 107 respectively, for pick 128 and 163. That's value, Kevin. All right, moving on. Dickman Park, James is our manager who's only keeping 1 out of 2. I guess he could have kept Pep Beverly in the 11th round. Might have been one to look at. I meant to say with Kevin, like, oh yeah, I know he was thinking about Dosunmu in the 11th round, but with all those 11th rounders, he's just going to keep pushing up into those 8s and 7s. So anyway, cool. James, he's only doing Desmond Bain, ranked 49th, and getting him in the 9th round, solid. Ranked 49, pick 129. Jayshawn Tate, 7th round, nah. Katie's troll account. Here's Nick, the last one in the Taj Division, and he's got an 11th and a 10th. Matisse Tybalt will go in the 10th, but be 11th round value. Now, both of Nick's, he's taking slight flyers on because their ranks are actually lower than their pick value. But you take a crack at them. Matisse defensive stats, Tybalt, ranked 179th, pick 159 or 162. Emmanuel Quickly for the Knicks. Kuzma, I thought, might have been a choice for him, but 6th round, is he going to have that same sort of season? With Porzingis taking shots and stuff, I don't know. Duncan Robinson might have been one for him too. Final division then, my division, Patty Mills' division. Let's start with Tom. He didn't have a lot of choices, but he had 2 clear choices, and he's gone with last year's rookie Franz Wagner. Was ranked 66. He gets him for over 100 picks value in the 11th round, 169th overall pick. And then keeping Saddiq Bey for the second straight year. He's had Saddiq Bey his whole career, all 3 years, ranked 89th, but he'll get him for pick 137 in the 9th round. Aaron with the Magic City Wings. He's not going to keep Jordan Clarkson again. That might have been a pick, but who knows what's happening in Utah. Instead, he's going to keep both Jamal Murray in the 9th, ranked 111th, but pick 132. That seems pretty low for Jamal Murray if he's coming back from an ACL, but he's still Jamal Murray. And then Devin Vassell, rebuilding Spurs, pick 86. He's getting him ranked 86. He's getting him at pick 164. The thing about these two fellas is they were both acquired in a trade from the Golden Winery. These would have been lovely keepers on my squad. However, I traded them away for some studs from Aaron. Did that lead to me winning the championship? No, it didn't. So it just goes to show you, always trade with the Golden Winery. Accept any trade offer from the Golden Winery. Joel is now known as the Sitting Simmons. I neglected to celebrate this when it happened this past weekend, but another Australian-born basketball player who has some level of infamy attached to them, following in the footsteps of Andrew Bogut and Dante Exum. It's the Sitting Simmons this season. Joel has intimated that this might be just a one-season name as he goes through a rebuild. Why do you think he's going through a rebuild? Oh, wait, no picks until the 4th round. So he's going with a 9th rounder. That's going to be pick 141, and Maxey, kept for the 2nd straight year, will be ranked 54th. Really good. And then he's going to take a flyer on the Cavs' Isaac Okoro, ranked only 214. I think that's the lowest rank of any of our keepers. It'll be pick 173, one of the very, very last picks in the 11th round. So what the hey, he says. What is he going to keep? Goga. Finally, that takes us to me. And as I've already said, I'm keeping Darius Garland, one of the biggest investments I've ever had in a Cav. It's going to make me double nervous all year long watching Cavs games in the middle of the night. He is my 9th round keeper, so he's ranked 27th. I'm getting him at super value, pick 138. And then a lot of prospects down here. I've decided to go with Kevin Porter Jr. He's ranked 105th. But I'm getting him at pick 170, and you can see with no 4th and 5th rounders what happened there. Oh, I was going to keep Derek White again, but then he got traded to the old Celtics and comes off the bench, and his value got fucked. So there you have it. Those are the 31 players you cannot keep. Don't try to draft them. There's no way Yahoo would even let you. So keep on ranking your players and getting ready for the draft next Sunday. If you think you're not going to be able to attend all or part, I would definitely recommend getting your players ranked, as Yahoo will go on auto pick for you. Or if you're Kevin, you're probably like on a camping trip, and so you keep coming out in and out of Wi-Fi. You might have some auto picks. All right, a couple other things, and then I'll sign off. The prediction game is about to go live. This will be the 4th year we've done it. Previously won by Desmond, myself, and Seth. Seth last year. Now, this is just for funsies, though. Last year I did say I'm going to do some cash prizes. I am going to give Seth his prize when I see him when I'm in the States, November 4th to 15th. But it's just for funsies. Maybe I'll come up with a prize. But I always do hassle people to do this because it's fun. It's good to look at stuff as the playoff race heats up and gets us to keep chatting after the Fantasy playoffs are over, as we see who's going to win the prediction game. Just a reminder of the rules. I'm going to share this Google Sheet with you, and you find your column and then fill in your 8 Western Conference playoff teams, your 8 Eastern Conference playoff teams, and your 8 Fantasy Hoops 14 playoff teams, and you fill them in 1 through 8. You can write team names or city names, whatever. As you see, spoilers, I've just put them there so I can show you 1 through 8. Yeah, I think the Nuggets, think the Clippers, yeah, I think the Olives, yeah, I always bet on myself. So there you have it. Find your column and then drop them in. The deadline to participate in the game, and usually we get 14 to 16 of us to participate in this game. The deadline is the Sunday of the first week of the regular season. So let's see, 18th, 17th, 16th, the 23rd, October 23rd, end of the first week of our regular season. Don't worry, I'll be on the various message boards being like, hey, do the prediction game. And finally, league dues. On the dues page on the league board, you can check and see exactly what your balance is. We got some folks are down to 0. A lot of those are last year prize winners, but I have had a couple people pay me. PayPal is the best. If you want to do it a different way, such as bank transfer, if you're John or Tom here in the UK, just contact me, and we'll get that sorted out. The sooner the better. It just helps me to not have to chase you. Cool. That's it from me and for this Keeper special. See you at the draft on Sunday, fellas. Bye.